Are you interested in providing results-driven treatment services? Join a team of like-minded individuals who share your passion and support your success. With more than 1,000 franchised locations in 49 states, Massage Envy is not only the nation's #1 provider of massage services collectively across its franchise network, but also a national leader in skincare. Start or grow your career at a Massage Envy franchised location. Visit massageenvy.com/SDcareers for full details. DMK is unlike any skincare company on earth. Named after visionary founder Danae Montague King, DMK is committed to providing individualized products and treatment plans that heal skin on the cellular level, whether the condition concerns pigmentation, acne, inflammation, or signs of aging. DMK is home to the original enzyme mask, the game-changing formula that sends oxygenating, tightening, and exfoliating signals into the skin to enact changes in skin structures from the inside out. DMK's business is built on empowering estheticians with education. The DMK Tool Belt and Remove, Rebuild, Protect, and Maintain concept allow estheticians to be flexible when treating clients and bringing their best skin forward. At DMK, we believe everyone deserves to feel the confidence that comes with healthy, beautiful skin. Learn more at DanaeMKing.com. That's DANNEM
Hello and welcome to ASCP's Esty Talk. I'm your co-host, Maggie Staszcuk, and ASCP's Education Program Manager.
And I'm Ella Cressman, licensed esthetician, certified organic skincare formulator, and content contributor for Associated Skincare Professionals.
Hey, Ella.
Hey, girl.
Hey, what's going on? So, did you set any resolutions for the new year?
Kind of.
Yeah.
I resolved not to have any.
Not to have any resolutions.
No, I saw that. I'm totally jacking somebody else's, but I resolved kind of some of them.
Yeah.
Like very vague ones for me personally.
Do you normally are you a resolution kind of girl?
I am a declaration girl, and then I tell everyone, so then I have to do it. And so the past few years, I haven't declared anything. I just want it to be better than last year. And sometimes, but I haven't been. Like back maybe 10 years ago, I said I had to do something scary every quarter.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Like a face your fears kind of thing.
Face my fears. I did a hot air balloon. I did one of those mud runs. I went speed dating. Like it was challenging all the time. So I think I thought about bringing something like that back. But for now, it's just a physical part for me starting February 1st, though. Because I gave myself January to not have that happen. So to avoid some of the excuses.
Yeah, I think I'm like you. I'm a declaration kind of girl. And like come January 1, or it's more like even like, end of December, I declare what my resolutions are, and then I just never do it. It's a problem, is what it is. But I think, in my opinion, most people set resolutions that are focused on their personal life, like happiness, better health, self-care, but are not necessarily focused on resolutions for their business life.
Yeah, because those are more goals than thought of as a resolution, but I love what you're saying.
Yeah. So let's discuss the top ways to set your business up for success in the new year and have those business resolutions.
Oh, I love it. Let's do it.
So number 1, set realistic and achievable goals or resolutions or objectives, whatever you want to call it. And the new year is the perfect time to do that. Would you agree?
Yes, for a lot of reasons. One, it's in the spirit of it. It's winter solstice where everything now is getting lighter, so there's some metaphor there. But also, it's a little bit slower for January. So it's a great time to give yourself room to implement some of those or make any kind of adjustments that you need.
Yeah, and I think, so we've talked about things like client retention, for instance, and with that comes growth of your business, more profitability. But when you are evaluating your business goals in the new year, and some of these other objectives that we're going to go through kind of go along just with goals in general. Evaluating things like growth and profitability, that's the perfect time. And we've talked a lot about things like client retention, how to build your client base. Maybe that struggled in the year prior. So I would say even just start with writing out on a piece of paper, what did 2023 look like? What do you want it to look like for 2024? And go from there.
I agree. And I think you can pick one because like you said, they're all intermingled. The key is to set realistic and achievable goals for a lot of reasons. One main one is that encourages enthusiasm in yourself. So if let's say all of 2023, I averaged 100 clients a month. And I said, January 1, I declare that I'm going to do 300 clients a month. Probably not for a lot of reasons. So find whatever your goal is and then make sure it's an achievable one. So I think instead of saying per month, you can say by the end of the year, or every month, I want 5 new clients. That's an achievable goal. And if you're working on 5 new, or I want to have 10 rebooks for client retention, that's going to translate into growth and profitability. So pick one and pick a few, pick your favorite, do them all. But that's my advice, is the way it has always worked for me, or to do a macro goal and then breaking it down into micro goals. So I want blank. In order to have blank, and I go backwards. So I need to start here, and I need to start it with some sort of action.
2, boost your online presence. Even if you have an online presence currently in this year prior, there's probably something you could always do to improve. So it could be updating your website. It could be reevaluating your social media. ASCP has a media toolkit that can help you with that, and a website builder. But starting with updating your website, if it's not optimized, do that. Maybe you want to outsource and hire somebody to assist you with that. Maybe you want to consider adding online booking if you didn't have that before.
Yes. And something you actually inspired me to do is update my LinkedIn. I think that
LinkedIn,
is like the stepchild of social media. And that is something I've neglected for a long time, but now I'm starting to say, it's kind of cool. There's a lot of professionals in there to network. You're hearing about different events or seeing posts by Maggie, the way to follow her and me. But you're also looking at other skill sets and connecting with professionals, and you never know how valuable that could be later.
Yeah, and not just connecting with professionals, but connecting with your clients.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think it adds some legitimacy for sure. And that's one thing in 2024 that I'm going to pay more attention to is the LinkedIn, because it's time.
It's time. Implementing new technology kind of goes along with that. So adding like a scheduling software or self-check-in, or maybe taking your forms from paper form to a digital form online that your clients can fill out even before they walk into your office.
That is true. For me, it's more of like, how am I going to implement that? But doesn't ASCP have like digitized forms now?
Yeah, so all of our forms are available on our website that you can download as a PDF. But as a member, you also have access for free to Pocket Suite, which provides you with online scheduling. You can also add your own forms or ASCP's forms in a digitized format to Pocket Suite. You can also upload all of your inventory. It does all the tracking for you. All kinds of great stuff. Yeah.
I just recently was talking to another professional. She's starting her business, and she was asking me some of those questions. And I was like, well, do not do what I did or am doing. And I have this company for that, and this company for that, and this company for that. What I like about what you just said is they're all kind of in one.
Yeah. It makes it easy. I think another way to optimize for the new year, get your bookkeeping in order.
Stay in order.
Yeah.
This is somebody who has a huge bookkeeping background, and I'm always trying to play catch up, but make it a weekly task. Input all your costs and your revenue into whatever software system that you have, then it's easier for you. And you can run profit and loss statements instantly for different time periods. It's really, really good. But it also can be used as a tool to see how things are going. What are your slow months? Because then you can plan for a vacation for yourself or know how to place an order for more. You know what your top sellers are. You know what your loss leaders are. You can evaluate, why is this type of product a loss leader? Do I need more education from my product rep on this? What services are leading? What should I post on social media? Let's take a look at all my analytics. So bookkeeping for me is one of my favorite analytical tools for a lot of reasons.
Yeah, and I think people don't think of it in those terms. They're thinking bookkeeping in terms of just the numbers, but they're not thinking of it, like you just said, like evaluating the trends in their business that they can then take advantage of and boost their business.
Absolutely. Yeah, it helps navigate. It's not always like people get scared of accounting because it's just you're reconciling information, and that information is power. And they also like, I need a bookkeeper, but you can do it. Just get on. I like QuickBooks. You get on QuickBooks, you put it in, it does it for you, and then still have an accountant. You don't need a bookkeeper necessarily maybe you do if you're doing that type of volume, but have an accountant that's going to review and do the heavy lifting for you, but lots of information in those types of softwares.
Yeah. And generally speaking, I think just reflect on the previous year and eliminate what's not working.
Ooh, say it again.
Yeah, eliminate what's not working. And that can mean a lot of things.
Something that didn't work for me last year, pay for ads.
Oh, you did pay for ads or you?
Yeah, and it didn't work for me.
Okay.
My business came from word of mouth. So I just tried it just to get more followers or whatever, but for what? It didn't work.
Yeah.
It didn't work for me.
Yeah.
So, and that's fine. And it works for some. It didn't work for me. It wasn't attracting the kind of client that I wanted. So I'm not going to do it anymore.
Yeah, smart. I think that's a really good example. You could be looking at it in terms of your advertising and promotions for your business, or maybe you implemented a new treatment or a new product even that just flat out didn't sell. Your demographic doesn't want it.
Mm-hmm. Makeup was mine a couple years ago. I brought in all kinds of this makeup. Didn't sell. So I ended up selling it for a fraction of what I paid for it just to get rid of it. But for me, for my business model, it didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
So get rid of it. Don't be afraid to get rid of it.
Yeah, I also think about it in terms of your own personal life and self-care. Like maybe you increased your hours or you added a day to your schedule. That didn't work. Eliminate it. Give back to yourself. And you may find that your business actually becomes more profitable.
I love that. Absolutely.
Next is networking. So invest time in your industry connections and also invest back into your community.
There's a lot of ways to network. Don't rely solely on like social media networking necessarily. There are local events, but why not piggyback it with a trip somewhere where you can write it off? Stay a couple days. I'm not telling you what to do if the IRS is listening, but if you can have a place where you go somewhere and you're staying in a hotel and there's an event like this and a lot of other people are coming to that same location and staying in that same hotel or in that same area, there's a camaraderie. I watched it happen. Was it September? There was an event that I went to, and there was afterwards, all these practitioners were just talking. And I watched them interact on social media. Now they have the camaraderie, a fellowship of professionals, because there's a lot of solopreneurs in our field particularly. So that was really cool to see and to continue to watch them do that. So don't be afraid to take a trip.
Yeah, I agree. And I think also simple things like being involved with your Chamber of Commerce, knowing your neighboring businesses, connecting with them. These are all great ways to get referrals, to get clients in the door.
Absolutely.
Next is learn, build your knowledge. We always say in this industry that learning never stops.
Never stops.
And with that comes networking. So know your fellow estheticians, travel, go to the trade shows, expand your horizons, and that can also build your business. Maybe you're going to add a new treatment to your menu or something you learned while traveling.
Yeah, I think that is the case too, because then you're also doing some of these other things. We're talking about updating your social media. I'm going away to go learn something new, and people are watching like, I want that something new. And then you come back and you're jazzed up and you're impassioned, reignited, whatever you want to say. So learning helps everything.
Yeah. And last but not least is giving back to yourself with self-care.
100%. What does self-care mean to you? I know we've talked about it before, and this is something I struggle with. What is it that I do to care for myself? And I make these declarations of, oh, this is it, absolutely, and then I'm bored with it. So it doesn't have to mean meditating and taking a bath and putting a face mask on. It can be taking a walk. It could be watching reality TV, whatever it is for you. I heard Selma Hayek was on a different podcast, and she was talking about active meditation. And that's what I took. Like, this is what made me think, oh, self-care is such a unique thing, because she doesn't close her eyes and take a journey. she dances and she moves around, and that is how she gets into a meditative state. And I hijacked that, and I can do it now too. But same thing for self-care. It doesn't have to be what you think. It can be a lot of different things.
Yeah, totally. I agree with that. I think it's whatever makes you feel peace and relaxed and chill, and not with your mind constantly going and stressed and thinking about all the other things that don't matter in that moment.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Dinner with friends.
Dinner with friends.
Mm-hmm.
Now, listeners, we want to hear from you. Share with us on social media through Instagram, Facebook, or by emailing getconnected@ascpskincare.com. Thank you for listening to ASCP Esty Talk, and as always, for more information on this episode, or for ways to connect with Ella and myself, or to learn more about ASCP, check out the show notes.